you box good, you can do this, you got this over him, you're gonna have to tight up this, you're gonna have to do this. You know, it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass, you'll do this to him. It's never like
yes
that.
man type
You know
stuff.
what I mean?
When he has, with a person that has big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for.
Terence Crawford opened up about his first conversation with Floyd Mayweather after training began for the Canelo fight. He said Floyd offered more than compliments. He gave clear advice. Mayweather praised Crawford's skill but warned him.
That's a big boy. He's strong. You know, you box good. You can do this. You got this over him. You're gonna have to tight up this. You're gonna have to do this. You know, it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass, you'll do this to him. It's never like
yes
that.
man type
You know
stuff.
what I mean? It's like, hey, listen, you know, that's a dangerous fight, you know, but
That's the fight.
if it happened, you know, you can win, but you're gonna have to be on your A game.
Floyd Mayweather recently joined Terence Crawford's training camp and even took part in sessions to help sharpen his skills. Mayweather seemed genuinely impressed by Crawford's work ethic and technical ability. He went as far as to call Crawford the best fighter in the world right now, praising his discipline and sharpness. Their time training together wasn't just symbolic, it showed that Mayweather truly believes Crawford has the tools to defeat someone as dangerous as Canelo Alvarez. The mutual respect between them was clear.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion. Something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number.
Crawford has always admired Mayweather's approach to boxing, not just his skills in the ring, but how he managed his career and legacy over time. This admiration grew into a genuine connection between the two. Crawford has often received small tips and advice from Mayweather, which he takes seriously. He doesn't just hear the advice, he applies it. Their relationship reflects a deeper...
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever... Keep it real, boy. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
In every recent training clip, Crawford looks locked in and focused. He's not taking this matchup lightly. His conditioning, technique, and footwork are being pushed to the next level. Everything he's doing in camp is designed to handle the challenge of facing a bigger, stronger opponent. The way he's sparring, drilling, and preparing shows a fighter who knows what's at stake. He's fine-tuning every detail to ensure... Mayweather stirred controversy when he brought up Canelo's past issues with performance-enhancing substances. He questioned why the media hasn't been more critical and suggested some fighters receive more leniency than others. This sparked mixed reactions in the boxing community. Some fans agreed there's a double standard, while others saw it as unnecessary drama. Either way, Floyd's comments reignited...
But what we don't talk about is, Canelo. Steroids. Y'all don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat. He could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
Mayweather didn't just hype Crawford. He gave a real breakdown of what it takes to beat someone like Canelo. He reflected on his own experience fighting Canelo and emphasized the importance of strategy over aggression. He encouraged Crawford to stay sharp and approach the fight with intelligence and timing. Floyd made it clear this isn't an easy task.
Terence Crawford jumping up from 154 to 168 and beating this quote-unquote version of Canelo Alvarez would diminish the accomplishment that Floyd Mayweather accomplished beating his version of Canelo Alvarez. Is it two different versions of Canelo Alvarez? And obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is obviously bigger. When Floyd fought him, it was at 152 catch weight, but it had no rehydration clause. So you might as well just say it was at 154. Now, two things they have in common is that Floyd Mayweather was 36, 37 years of age. Terence Crawford is 37 years of age, going on 38. So he'll be 38 when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Floyd had already had 2 fights at 154. He had the fight with Miguel Cotto, and he had the fight with Oscar De La Hoya.
Instead of ignoring criticism, Crawford faces it directly. He understands concerns about moving up in weight and facing someone as physically strong as Canelo, but he sees those concerns as part of the challenge, not obstacles to fear. His confidence doesn't come from arrogance. It comes from preparation.
That's a fight because of the challenge.
Yeah.
I love the challenges, and I love the people that I hear them now. You too little. You know, Canelo gonna break you. He's gonna stop you. You come from 147, that weight too big. This and that. I can hear now, and that just excites me to go in there and just be like, okay, let me prove him wrong once again.
That fight would be gigantic. If Canelo gets through Jermell and then you guys fight, that fight would be gigantic.
And it's crazy because, like, in the past interviews, I was like, man, Canelo too big, man. It's weight classes for a reason. I was like, nah.
David Benavidez has voiced strong support for Crawford's chances. He believes most people are underestimating what Crawford brings to the table. In Benavidez's view, Crawford's skill set, sharp focus, and
the Ring magazine, which is owned by Turkey, reported that Canelo and Crawford have agreed to the September date and that it's essentially on. What is your I know this has been rumored and talked about, but now it seems like a done deal. What's your reaction to this?
It's a good fight. You know, it's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for, I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, you know, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
I know you said, like, he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh, wow, that high. I thought you were going to say like 25 just because of the size.
Crawford is good, and
of course.
I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long time. And you know, Crawford he likes to pick up the weight, so I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long time. So, you know, Crawford, when he has with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for a long time, you know, you have a puncher's chance.
Shakur Stevenson also believes Crawford is the superior fighter. He's been vocal about how much he respects Crawford's skills. Stevenson dismissed the narrative that Crawford is too small for this fight, saying people don't realize how strong and physically capable Crawford really is. Jeff Mayweather acknowledges Crawford's talent and believes he's a more...
Yeah,
What do you say about that?
I think skills pay the bills.
Yeah.
And I feel like, truthfully, he's not as little as people think. Like, people think he's, like, very small.
He cut weight to get to 147, 154.
Yes. Yeah. He's not as small as, like, people think. It's just he look like it.
Yeah.
So, like, if you see him and...
in person?
And he get on a scale or something, You wouldn't believe that's his weight.
I told somebody the other day he might get on the scale weighing like 166, 167 fighting Canelo, and people wouldn't believe how ripped up and cut up he'll still look. He won't look like he's overweight Terence Crawford. He gonna look like a solid Terence Crawford.
I think he beat Canelo though. I've been saying. I remember when he fought when they fought. Go watch an interview after the fight. I literally said I think Terence Crawford would beat Canelo.
Okay, I wouldn't say that.
A long time ago. Yeah. No cap.
I did tell him after the Smith fight. I said, "Man, go get Canelo. You the greatest. Yeah, this era
for sure.
Yeah, it's no question.
No question. Yes.
Actually, back to the you and Terence working together. Because you've shared everything you've learned from him. There was fans doing their homework in the Avanesian fight and in the Spence fight saying, actually, it looks like Terence may have taken a couple things from Shakur as well, not just Shakur taking things from Terence.
No, that's for sure.
Teddy Atlas has made it clear he thinks Crawford is too smart and skilled for Canelo. According to Atlas, Crawford's ability to adapt mid-fight and read opponents...
come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." You know, but who's he beating? He unified the, what was his first division? Lightweight, then he unified the junior, then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. Guys are tired of me saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger. I get that too. And everyone's going to say, well, after Madrimov fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher, you know, a unified champion that he's been, you know, all of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I asked this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, you know, who's going to be able sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
Ariel Helwani pointed out something interesting. Canelo's performance has shown signs of decline. He mentioned Canelo's age and questioned his mobility. In contrast, Crawford looks comfortable at...
Crawford switch hitter. He did all right in his first fight at 54, but now he'll get more comfortable as a bigger guy. You know, he's actually not that small, this, that, and the other. Yesterday on my program, Ade, I spoke to David Benavidez, and I asked him about this fight, and his response surprised me. I want to play this clip for you and get your response to David's answer. Here it is.
It's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for... I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, you know, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
Yeah, I know you said, like, he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh, wow, that high. I thought you were going to say like 25
no,
just because of the size.
Good. Crawford is good, and
of course.
I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long, long time. And, you know, Crawford, he likes to pick up the weight. So I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long, long time. So, you know, Crawford, when he has, with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for a long time, you know, you have a puncher's chance.
Okay, so what do you make of that? What do you make of that response? I was a little surprised.
I need to clear up what he meant by 7 out of 10. Does he mean he's giving him a 70% chance to beat Canelo?
Yes.
Is that what it? Wow. That's,
yes.
I mean, who am I to disagree with Benavidez? Benavidez knows he's boxing, right? I mean, he might have shared the ring with both. I mean, with Terence Crawford. I mean, if anyone else was jumping up from 154 pounds to 168, not named Terence Crawford, I'd say this is crazy and they don't have a chance because they're fighting a guy that I still think is very, very good in Canelo. The reason I give Crawford a chance is because A, it's Terence Crawford and he's unbeaten, but B, I think Canelo's slipped just enough for me to think this is a real fight. This isn't Canelo that fought Golovkin second time round. I thought that was almost the best Canelo I've ever seen. It isn't that anymore. I've watched his last couple of fights. I've been lucky enough to have been at a few recent fights. The Bivol fight's taken something out of him. He doesn't throw punches and combinations. His feet have slowed just a little bit. And Crawford does throw combinations, and Crawford has really good feet.
The history between Mayweather and Canelo adds more weight to this upcoming fight. Their 2013 bout remains one of the biggest in boxing history. Floyd dominated that fight and handed Canelo his only official loss. When Mayweather fought Canelo, he was already an icon with multiple championships and an undefeated record. Canelo was young and ambitious, carrying a lot of hype as boxing's next big star.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so young.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was when he was
No, he was
prime,
in his
right?
prime, yeah.
Prime, and you're only 23?
23.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, you know, beat him. If you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23. So imagine that. But, you know, he was the better man that night. A lot of experience. He's a great fighter. So, but I learned a lot.
Let's talk about the only loss on your record at the moment. I mean, Floyd Mayweather Jr. It's not exactly a negative thing per se when you lose to someone who's known as one of the greatest of our time. Do you think that if you guys fought again, if you fought now and he was also in his prime, do you think the outcome would have been vastly different?
Definitely, it's gonna be different. No, because I'm more mature, more strong, with more experience. It's definitely gonna be different.
Crawford's training has focused heavily on his jab. His sparring shows how he uses it to control distance, disrupt timing, and create openings. He's worked with partners mimicking Canelo's style.
Watch the right hand for the decoy.
Y'all know chess? Fisher versus Spassky? Two of the best, you understand? That's what you watch. Two of the best. That's how Star work. You know how to work. You know how to get the most out of everything. Good job, Trey.
Amir Khan's perspective carries weight because he's been in the ring with both men. He acknowledges Canelo's power, but also points out his defensive flaws. According to Khan, Crawford's speed and defense make him a much harder target. Khan believes Crawford could frustrate Canelo with his movement.
Canelo's a beast, man. Canelo's a beast. And you know, when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was probably at my peak of my career there as well. So, whoever I was going to fight, I was going to give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were probably winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But, yeah, I was boxing well, but you know one thing, sizes, now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing, every weight division, but then again, look bro, you would probably take it, I was offered like 10 million quid bro, 10 million quid bro, look, end of the day, this is like, it's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it, what made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. That's still one fight. So you rather do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, like Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, yeah.
What do you think?
I think Crawford in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well. And he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this, that, another. But no, Canelo's still a beast.
I mean, Eddie Hearn says don't live levels above Adam. What do you think?
I think today, Adam proved he is probably on the same level, but in my opinion, both guys want to fight each other this year.
In Canelo's most recent outing, fans were concerned about how little he engaged during the fight against William Skell. Please verify correct name if needed. The number of punches thrown was extremely low, suggesting Canelo may not have the same energy or urgency as before. There's no question that moving up to face Canelo is a risk for Crawford. The super middleweight division is full of big, strong fighters, and it remains to be seen whether Crawford's power will carry up. However, his technical ability, fight IQ, and adaptability may be enough to overcome the size.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there
with Charlo and like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness, but I mean he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that smoke.